Ready?
Yo mate, what up? Welcome to another lawn tip vid. So in today's video we're just going to provide you guys with a few general tips and tricks so that you can keep your lawn looking as healthy and as fresh as mine. So as you can see here, we've just got some really vibrant green colours. We've got a nice healthy length to it, and we've even got some ryegrass coming. But first we're going to go to Bunnings to get some supplies, and on the way we're going to go on lawn patrol and just check out the local neighbourhood. So as you can see now on the screen, everybody, this is a perfect example of what not to do with your lawn. We went out on lawn patrol today throughout these neighbourhoods, just keeping an eye out for this sort of thing. We were hoping we wouldn't see it, but I mean, here we are, and we're heartbroken once again. What we see here is a perfect example of what not to do with your lawn. I think this person's just completely killed it. I really don't know how they could have done so much damage to their lawn. This breaks my heart to see. And they've just got dirt and even bits of concrete just everywhere. I mean, it's just, I don't even know what to say. I'm really lost for words right now. But hopefully after today's video, we're going to provide you with all the tips and tricks to prevent your lawn from ever getting like this. Roll it back up too. I think they're dead. Alright, so here we've got Yates soil wetter. There's no better product on the market just to make the ground in your backyard or your front yard just really nice and moist. This stuff will help produce the most succulent grass you'll ever see in your life. I'm actually allergic to grass, but if the lawn's been grown using this soil wetter, I would actually willingly eat the grass because it's just so moist in your mouth and just so much flavour. If you want your lawn to get a bit swole or a bit thicker, or you want to grab some vitamins for your lawn, we've got iron, we've got zinc, magnesium, we've got everything. We've even got iron chocolate here, I think. That's what it says. So get your lawn some of that, and your lawn will be making gains in no time. Alright, I'm going to grab some weed killer today. I do have a tiny thistle in the backyard that needs dealing with. So we're going to pour the whole bottle over the thistle, and then we're going to dig the thistle up once it's dead. That'll do. Here's something else from Bunnings. I don't remember what it was now. So here we have the future of lawn mowing technology. Coming into a green planet and all that global warming and stuff, people are going to stop using mowers because of petrols and stuff. And electric mowers haven't really taken off in the past, so instead we're going back old school. Now they cost $42, but they'll last you a lifetime. And it's great energy spending for your kids just to get them out there and just cut the grass manually. So for this video, I'm going to run you through 4 steps of lawn care. The first one being tenderizing, second being moisturizing, the third being fertilizing, and then the fourth being actually tips on how to mow your lawn. So these 4 steps work in order so that you can get the best result when you mow your lawn. So step number 1, tenderizing. So you've got to tenderize the soil so that it's nice and soft and it's been moved around and it unlocks the proteins in it and all the different essential nutrients that a lawn needs to stay healthy, like this one. So tenderizing the lawn is a bit like when a butcher uses a tenderizer on the steaks. So I used to work in a butcher, and it's pretty much the same thing as just beating meat. Hey, it's just, you just got to get in there, get down nice and low, and just hammer away at him. Just now, a lot of people are looking at me thinking that you've got to do this for every single inch of your lawn, but that's not correct. You only have to do 1 hit for every square meter of your lawn, because the impact actually spreads out to that square meter. It's all like Newton's physics and stuff. I don't know the exact science of it, but I just know that if I hit that spot there, that's that square meter done. I can move down to the next one, and yeah, it takes 5 minutes to do a yard this size, but go one bigger. I mean, just get the kids out there, get them to use up some of that energy that they use sitting inside on video games all day. Trust me, they'll sleep better at night for it. Cool, so step 2 is moisturizing. Now, I like my lawn to be natural and organic, so I try to stay away from the Bunnings products unless I need that weed killer, for example, or that kind of thing, or the grass wetter, so my grass can be nice and moist. But what I like to use for moisturizing is some lightly sparkling Mount Franklin water. Just get in on that one. Very flavored, because I mean, it'll make your lawn smell nice, but what the carbonated water actually does, the bubbles in the air that explode in it upon connection to the ground, they help. It's kind of like popping candy when you eat that. Oh, that's good. That's good. So it's kind of like when you eat popping candy, you put the popping candy in your mouth and you feel all those little pops and those tingles and stuff. Well, this lightly sparkling water does the same thing to the soils in the grass, especially after they've just been tenderized. So you don't need much, just go ahead and sprinkle it around the area that you've tenderized. It doesn't have to be Mount Franklin. You can get Coles or Woolworths brand for about 70 cents a bottle. So really recommend this. Cool, so now on to step 3, we've got fertilizing. Now my methods are unique for this. Not many other people do this. It's kind of like crypto. No one's doing it now, but give it 4 years and everyone's going to be talking about it and going to want to try to do it on their lawn. So what I do here, I get some green cordial, Cotty's brand specifically, because it's got the right levels of sodium in it, the right levels of sugar, just to keep the grass nice and healthy. So it used to be back in the day that you'd have to use a full bottle of Cotty's when they had the big 2-litre bottles of cordial, but now because it's condensed, you only need a tiny drop for each part of the lawn that you've 1, tenderized, and 2, moisturized. And what this does, this fertilizes the lawn so that it matches the color of the cordial when it grows. Now, for some reason, I don't know the science behind it, but it only works with the green cordials. If you put red cordial over it, your grass isn't going to turn red, okay? You're just going to end up with Patterson's curse and thistles and weeds and all sorts of stuff that you just don't want in your backyard. All right, so just give it just tiny sprinkles in the area that you've moisturized. that's it. And see these grey spots where we've had a bushfire come through recently, so I had a few embers in my backyard and it's killed a few little spots. But after tenderising, moisturising, and now fertilising these spots, it's going to come through really nicely in about 3 days without rain, and about 2 days if we get some rain today. But who knows? It's orange. Anything could happen. So just find those isolated spots and just give it a good sprinkle, and yeah, you're good to go. So as you can see, I haven't used much. It was about there before. I might have used about 25 millilitres. Might even have a little bit of fertilising for myself. So here we've got the Scott Bonnar Nomad model. This was built in the 80s. As you can see, it doesn't have a catchment. It's very vintage. It needs a bit of TLC, but I mean, I've never had a greater mower in my life. It starts first go every time. It doesn't take much fuel. And my favourite thing about it is the Chevrolet engine that they put in it. They don't do it these days because obviously brand costing and loyalties and all that sort of thing. But yeah, the old classic Ford Chevrolets is what this engine has. And yeah, it just goes like a beast. It just makes a lot of noise, and it's just what you like in an engine. You can hear it going now. Sometimes it just purrs. Righto, so classic mower, premium. It says 3 times, but I mean 5 times never hurt anyone. It definitely hasn't hurt the good old strong Chevrolet engine. And we'll just check that he's on slow. Grab him by the wheel, and let's go, go, go. Straight away, we can already smell the green cordial coming up through the roots of the grass. The smell's just vibrating the grass right now, and it's just already taking effect. It's fertilizing, the carbonated water is moisturizing it, and the tenderizing just made the mowing so much easier because it pushes the roots further up to the ground so that you can get the top of the grass nice and close. Good stuff. So what we've got here, we've got a thistle. I thought I had just one. We'll get to that one in a moment, but I've discovered this one as I was mowing. So we've got our weed killer ready to use here. Trusty product. I don't like putting chemicals into my backyard usually, but I mean, when you've got weeds, you've got weeds. I'm going to cut. What on earth was that? Was that a leaf?
Yeah, flip. That's really funny though.
I thought that was like this is this big black thing. I thought it had wings. So, alright, we're going to take our weed killer. We're just going to absolutely decimate this thing. Get right in there on the center of it and just cover him. Get those leaves. We're going to come back in probably 2 days. This thing's going to be shriveled up and dead like a cabbage. But we're not going to eat it because the spiky cabbage wouldn't be too nice. Just really saturate it. It's like baptizing someone. You got to soak them. Cool. Alright, we've got number 2 thistle over here. This one's going to require a bit more firepower. So we're just going to take the nozzle off completely. Just going to give this guy a big old drink of gin, if you know what I mean. A bit of absinthe. Just get right in there. Unload the whole bottle on him. $4 well spent. He won't be coming back anytime soon. Today I'm going to give all you lucky viewers a bonus tip. Now this is really exposing the lawn tip industry here. I'm actually under an NDA for this, a non-disclosure agreement, for those who don't know what that stands for. But for those 4 tips to really get the best results, we have to preserve what we've done. We have to cover up what we've done, just so only the UV rays can get through and the rain can soak through as well. So I've got 300 meters of bubble wrap, and we're going to cover the grass. We're going to put a protective sheet over it, and it's just going to amplify those results twice as much as it would without this bonus tip. So this is our area now that we've tenderised, moisturised, fertilised, and we've mown as well. So we've done the perimeter, we've done the outline for it. Now we just need to fill the area with some bubble wrap, and it's a bit windy today, so I've just used some basic paperweights just to hold him down. But yeah, we'll cover this up, and then we'll get the last shot so we can see the end product. So we've made a amateur mistake, which doesn't usually happen on this channel. We've underestimated the amount of bubble wrap we need, but nonetheless, you guys get the idea. So now we've done the 4 steps plus the bonus 5th step, and it's now just time to sit back in nature, a nice glass of vanilla Coke, and just relax and enjoy the sunshine. So thank you for watching, everybody. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, or if any of these tips have helped you in your backyard, make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel below. Thanks for watching.